has been a bit slow in the early stages, and Kanavi has just shown so brightly. If there is, an angle for TES to go for, I think it has to be get your lanes ahead, get some winning matchups here at draft, then play for early game,
Sion and all the mids, I would say, is the biggest ones. Sion, all mids. What do we do? Watashi wa all mids, Watashi wa Sion.
Has been finding picks like the Jarvan that
Asirban.
facilitate that style. Kiana is going to be the
Orianna, Sion.
that is focused here from Gen G, and a lot of respect put onto that.
That's it, no?
From the
Orianna,
LCK
Sion,
towards
Rice.
the LPL jungle.
Yeah, I was listening to some of Nymera's streams when I was waiting to come to Worlds, and he was talking about
You ban Orianna here and give Sion over? Or do you trade?
The best Kiana in the world, so I'm not really too surprised that Gen G decide to get rid of it here against Kanavi.
You ban Orianna. I think it's a Sion first pick. It's a Sion first pick. It's a keen Sion. Free Sion, no? And you trade for Rice, and you can go Talia into Rice for Chovy. Chilling. Vi? No, it's Sion. It's Vi? Wait, they have Poppy open, no? They can play Poppy jungle with Sion here. It's Sion Poppy Slam, no? Sion Poppy Slam? Or Sion Rice Poppy on 3? I also like this. It's Sion Rice Poppy on 3 or Sion Poppy right now. Poppy's a giga pick here, no? Poppy. Popster. Get the Popster. Does Kanavi play Poppy jungle?
So often,
hey yo, Kanavi, do you play the Popster?
In that top lane to be a
the Lollipop?
To be a foundation, a keystone around which you can build your
it's possible.
369. More often
Kanavi
than not rolling the 9s these days, although there are a few 3s
Kanavi Sonsu?
that sneak in there from time to time.
Poppy?
Sion, his lock. We'll see where they decide to go. Expect Help Esports to look towards perhaps a jungle pick here. Could go towards mid as well. That does give counter pick potential for Chovy. It is
There's
Aurora,
Talia though.
So
I really like Talia here.
That in for the mid lane.
I would go Talia and I would go Rum. What do you play top lane?
Gen G answer. What are we going to get?
Talia for sure, I think. And then we'll see. Rek'Sai into Sion and Talia, no? Yeah.
Rek'Sai and Cassante are the
Rek'Sai,
other
Talia.
tanks into it.
I like it.
Rek'Sai has been pretty
and
funny.
Now we pick
I think that Flandra has been like the one that deserves to be able to play Rek'Sai. We've had a lot of other top laners flopping with the champion, but Keen is definitely a top laner you can trust.
I need to lower the volume. I can't hear myself thinking. Sorry. I forgot to lower it from the interview before. No Poppy, huh? Sin.
Alongside the Talia being able to spread out the fights, this feels like Gen G already said.
Is the volume fine like this, or do I need to up it more? This is how I usually have it. But it's been loud for a while, so maybe your brain is like thinking loudly, you know? I have the same problem when I drive my car and I listen to the radio or whatever, and the volume is a little bit up. If I turn it down, instantly it feels like it's too low, but it's actually not too low. It's like your brain being used to the loud volume, you know? So this is normally the volume I have. I hope it's fine. The one I had before is like the interview volume, but interview, long over. Long over. So I think we leave it at this and wait for your brain to get used to it, okay? Just give it a moment. Your brain will get used to it.
Then you have like Xayah possibilities.
Kai'Sa. What about Caitlyn? It's Eastern teams. What about Caitlyn? Silverban. What about Caitlyn? Syra Khan, Caitlyn. Poppy is open.
Kai'Sa are the first two bans. I will quickly come back to the point about trusting Keen on this Rek'Sai. I think he has leveled up a lot since last year, but he's only played it twice, both of it against T1 last spring, and he lost both games. So he has definitely evolved a lot as a top laner since then, and I do trust him. I think he's one of the best top laners in the world, probably the best at the moment, at least in terms of adaptability, but it has only been Flandra who's actually being able to pick up wins on this Rek'Sai so far.
Sayaban, Syra Khan I like. Get that out. But what do you pick on 4? Caitlyn on 4? Question mark? Exclamation mark?
And at least looking at top esports, you would like another engage tool for Hong to try and round out this composition. Plus, it's been the picks that Hong has performed the best on. But if you end up with a Poppy on the opposite side,
what do we do about Caitlyn and Corki? There's Corki, Caitlyn, I think. Those are the big ones for these teams. Like Caitlyn ban here into Corki doesn't feel great. Leaving Caitlyn open doesn't feel great. What do you do? Poppy ban? Renata ban? Eh? That's so out there, no? It's Caitlyn or Corki, no? Corki. I mean, enemy could go like Caitlyn Nico here. Don't really see the Renata ban myself. What about Caitlyn Nico? Caitlyn Bard? Caitlyn Nico? Thoughts? Otherwise, it's Ezreal, no? If it's not Caitlyn, it's Ezreal, I think. That's all there is, no? Lucian Brom. Ooh, but Rakan on 5 not bad, no? Actually, it's Rakan into Talia though. But he could do Bard. Bard not bad. It's kind of a LCK special, this Lucian Brom. But he has many options here. If he plays a good Bard, this is a good Bard game. If he plays a good Rakan, this is a good Rakan game. Those are the big two, I would say. Or Nico. Nico not bad as well. Yeah. He has many options here. But it's a LCK special. I think if other teams do this, it just feels like Lucian Brom does nothing, but if LCK team do this, they always just like smash the 2v2 or find angle anyway later to find like to play an all-in, because that's what they're strong at, Lucian Brom, to just send fights on repeat. But in theory, this lane not easy. In theory, so you gotta smurf if you wanna play this. Like, you gotta find the angles if you want to play this, and it's not easy.
Have to be working together, and when they had the Annie plus the Nico, they failed.
I think
almost every engage that they tried to go for.
I think quite even drafts, I would say. I like the Talia more than the Aurora. I like the Vi more than the Sin. Sion obviously over Rek'Sai. Corki over Lucian. Nico over Brom. Yeah, kind of even. Maybe a little bit Tess, honestly. I feel like they could have gotten fucked by Poppy as well with this Vi first pick. And they could have had Ryze too. Well, let's see it. Let's see it. Relatively even drafts, I would say.
And I'm gonna be honest, like G2 day 1 did not look good. Top Esport looked great. 100 Thieves, although they can challenge, aren't known as the toppest of echelons in the world. And then you look at the rest of the teams that Top Esports need to get through to get to quarterfinals, beating a Gen G, beating a T1, something like that would really help accelerate them in the minds of the audience, rather than just being they snuck through into quarterfinals, they then accelerate themselves into a position of a possible favorite for the tournament.
Especially if you look at the last year and a half, MSI 2024 lost 3-0 to G2 and then immediately lost to T1.
Corki is top, by the way. They have a funny swap going. But Caitlyn Nico wins. I'm not sure why they would do this. Wait, is that Nico or Corki? Which one is which? I don't know which one is which. This Corki is actually Corki, no? Wait. I don't know which one is which.
Team WE that first did this year, at least it has been something we've seen throughout the course
I think that
of League of Legends
Corki in base is actually the Corki. So no funny swaps, he was just top lane checking, I guess. No, he was... Okay, I see it. Corki was top lane because Sion went bot lane to ward. That's it, yeah. Many teams, when they play top lane tank, just send their top laner bot level 1 to put a ward, and AD carry top to cover, and then when he comes to lane now, the Corki, he has yellow trinket up, the Nico has red trinket up, but they still have a ward in lane. So they basically play the lane with triple trinket. You understand what I mean? Instead of having 2 trinkets and having to use 1 perhaps for the brush, they have 3.
They do have a sweeper here.
They already have the ward down, they have the sweeper up, and they still have 1 more ward. So Sion sacrificed a little bit to help bot lane get a better laning phase with 3 trinkets instead of 2. Ta-da! Not a bad idea. I like this. Yeah, not the easiest lane here for Lucian Brom. If you see them losing, it is supposed to happen. Fear not. It is normal. But LCK teams usually find the angle, so we'll see if that is the case for this game as well. They're losing, and then bam! Something like this often happens when I see Lucian Brom. Losing, and bam! Get the play going. But it is a lot of losing, this lane.
But unfortunately, we're not able to do so, and now they find themselves on opposite sides of the rift with Kanavi there as well. It feels like for Top Esports to get one back against their former teammate would be huge.
Yeah, I feel like those players all still have very close bonds. I love listening to interviews where they're talking about coming back to the JDG arena and the emotions that they feel because of it and all the work that they had put in together. Now, of course, as you say, on opposite sides, and Ruler pushed under tower early on, as expected from the Corki and Nico lane down here, getting priority.
But just really good harassment as well from the Top Esports bot lane, getting the barrier and the heal.
7 CS down bot lane. A lot of fighting in mid. Talia is supposed to win this matchup, I think. Does he get the cannon? Yes, he does. Of course he does. Of course.
I think he is just going to go for the scuttle cap and a little bit of vision. You can see Gen G think there's a possibility. Place a ward in the tribush.
Does Scream get the cannon? Yes, he does.
Just want to make sure that they're able to get some nice little poke damage back.
What a nice Sin skin. What? That Sin skin looks crazy cool. What skin is that? Does that Sin skin not look insane or what?
In these early stages, and honestly, I think junglers, I'm eyeing up more towards this mid lane to see exactly what we can achieve, because
look at his skin.
Wow, mean a huge amount in this matchup.
Looks really cool.
It's a possible dive.
Yeah, no backup here, so I would say leave and Brom stay under tower, maybe best. I don't think you dive this Brom. Oh, he's tanking with cannon. Ah, this is so OP. Wow, I need to learn this, by the way. Wow, this Nico cannon thing is so OP. I need to learn this. I need to learn that. They dived the Brom from 100 to 0. What? And it wasn't even close. He had half HP still. And heal. Wait, I need to learn that. That is so crazy that you can do this. Look at this. He tanks how many? How many does he tank? So he's full HP when he goes into the cannon. And he tanks how many? When he's out, he's half. Look. Auto. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's half HP with heal up. What? It's so OP. I need to learn this.
You might wonder why Nico isn't taking that much damage. If you're a cannon minion, you don't get the ramping damage that a champion would in that case, which allows Hung just to auto attack and stand there, wiggle side to side on his little cannon minion, and tank the tower for many more shots than he usually would be able to.
Yeah, it's one of the peculiarities with Nico is that you literally count as what you're turning into, and so it even works for like runes that only activate on champions and stuff as well.
Flash.
Hung going in here looking for Ruler, who dashes
away. Nico flash E. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A little bit late. Could have done it earlier.
Oh! Just in time to survive the Gatling gun coming out. Hung, a couple more auto attacks on him, and Light Slinger out on him. Blaze. Genji.
I think the Nico should have flashed earlier, much earlier. He hesitated for too long, and then it was close to enemy tower. He should have sent it earlier. But this is what I mean. The LCK bot lanes, they just find the angle somehow. It's just crazy to get a kill here. How do they do it? Every time. How do they do it? I don't know. But they do it. And Rek'Sai can reset aggro with ult. He doesn't even have to. Nice dive. Nice dive. Rek'Sai could reset the aggro with ult there as well. Worst case.
Topside pressure there.
Like worst case, the Rek'Sai hits, and then ult resets the aggro, Vi gets it, and they're fine. And he didn't even have the ult here. Nice play. Is Keen the best top laner in the world? He is, no? Don't die now when I said this. Don't die, please, don't die, please, don't die. I just said, okay, fine. Like, who is better than Keen? So far qualified is Flandre. It's Flandre, perfect. Broken Blade and Zeus, right? But Keen is better than all of them, isn't he? At least this year. Maybe Zeus in other years, but at least this year he's the best, no? Always feels like he's just so strong in the game. I don't know. He plays the champions really well. Always in a good spot. Never see him inting or anything.
Chunking out Kanavi, who just walks around the corner, tries to avoid the seismic shove, can't do so. Pulled back into the unraveled earth. Duro dives forward and then pops the unbreakable to make sure he doesn't take too much damage in response.
This bot lane matchup is gonna swing soon, by the way. Lucian Brom is hard losing early, but at some point it swings. At some point the Lucian can just dash, and the Brom can just flash tag, or even just Q flash, and they full send, they win every time. It's swinging slowly, this matchup. I think especially post 6, they have a lot of kill threat, Lucian Brom. Like the hard part is low-key over for Lucian Brom in this lane. From this point, they're fine.
Perhaps they would have been able to force him away with the threat of a dive, but they can't do so. Rek'Sai is so good at maintaining her health.
Grubs here, and they got Drake earlier. Brom is TPing though. But Nico is crossing, right? That Sion is Nico, the one mid-ish. Yes, E up, he's fine. This could be good for Genji. Nice buffer by Aurora. Rek'Sai can ult or no? Can? And flash? Doesn't have. He's out with the tunnel. Wow. Wow. He lives.
And just as you think you got him, Geng get you right back to
That was a really nice buffer by Cream. That was a really nice buffer by Cream. But somehow the Rek'Sai doesn't die. I guess he gets ult and then HP from W and tunnel out. I guess Rek'Sai is not the best target to focus, to be fair. Vi or Talia would be better.
I cannot believe Geng got away with that one. It looked
how does the Aurora buffer like that? I need to see it. She ults at what timing? She ults when Vi is like at the end of the ult, or how does it work? Because look at the Aurora here. She's about to get Vi ulted. And then she ults. Oh, so she doesn't even get Vi ulted. And Rek'Sai doesn't die here. She gets the ult off, heals from W, tunnel out. And they used everything on her, so it's not possible anymore. Nice shove by Chovy.
Yeah, Keen, the distraction, and lives and allows Chovy to get such
I think they played it as good as they could have. Just focusing Rek'Sai is not really possible. But also, if you get the Rek'Sai there before ult, then all of a sudden it is possible, you know? It's really close. Like, if Keen can't ult there and he just dies, then they win the fight. But once he gets the ult off and then he goes into W... Yeah. Not possible anymore. It's all about, like, does he get ult off or not? And he did with 1 HP, and then he heals, tunnels out. Yeah, not possible. 2,000 gold up now, wow. And 2 grubs for 1.
The teamfight execution from Geng was just sublime there. Everyone knowing exactly what their job was as Keen continues to
Drake is huge here.
Towards this top side.
It's one of the things that really added a lot of survivability to Rek'Sai. Honestly, because I was spamming it jungle, I was hoping it wouldn't get too big of a thing and wouldn't get a big spotlight, so everyone starts playing it. But being able to set the W on just a second cooldown upon using your ultimate allows you way more escape angles. And Keen really nicely played that fight, saving it and using it to get out afterwards. Bot side though, they didn't spot him.
Nice Braum ult. Has the flash.
He was on vision as he jumped into that tri-bush for a very short period of time. Glacial Fissure was used and Canyon showed around the corner. Top esports begin to back away. Do have the Pop Blossom on Hong if they want to try and defend underneath the tower. Canyon
They're getting dove, by the way. No backup coming. Need to TP, need to TP. Vi in tower range. Vi in tower range. Ooh!
Keeping his jungler alive, but Jacula will
1 for 1.
take down 166.
He's in tower again! It's ramped! Oh! It's so ramped! The tower was super ramped.
It's a 2-for-1 to top.
That last tower shot did so much damage. 2 for 1. Has flash. He's fine. The only reason Vi dies there is because the tower has hit so many times in a row that it deals max damage at that point.
I thought it was going to be a complete disaster with those concussive blow stacks there, but they're just about able to get the kill onto
Sketchy
Canyon
dive.
as well.
When you have commit like that.
Yeah, we get a bloodbath.
Like either you just gotta go or you can't go at all. This like half in between is not good, you know. He's like queuing and then he's like nah, and then he's in tower range and then Braum has to jump in. And then he gets a tower shot and it's kind of ramped up and then Vi goes back in and now she gets another tower shot and it's like super ramped up and it deals like 500 damage, the tower shot. Not bad for Tess, but it could have been bad. Could have been bad.
In favor of Geng and them being the ones to try and force it.
Top esports will be happy enough to have got something out of that bot side. While we're in that replay, and Ocean Drake was taken for Geng. Gold down from 2k lead for the LCK #1 seed to about 1,000. Still the leads for Top esports are only in that bottom lane. 600 gold on the AD carry, 700 on your support.
Drake to Gen, which is the big one, I would say.
On the bottom of your scoreboard.
Now we are just playing for plates for 1.5 minutes, and then there's Herald in 2:30. Both teams have grubs, so both teams can trade if they want or do whatever they want, really. It's last minute of plate.
But this time around in this series thus far against Top esports, he has been
kind of favoring Genji at this point. I think Lucian Braum got past the hard part. And since both solo lane is winning, everyone should be winning. Like, Jackie has a gold lead, but it doesn't mean anything at this point, I think. Braum, Lucian are stronger now, 2v2. So they can get mid prio for sure.
Retreat away from Duro and Rulo, who are stepping forward. A little bit of vision towards where the blue buff would be. Kanavi will be spotted as he comes around that bend. Held up in a minute and a half. Keen using the fact that he gets the push in that top side.
Is that some Code language? Lima? Oscar Lima? It means something, right? Lima, Oscar
Lima.
Lima.
You guys, but I think I'm already prepared to give Keen the Rek'Sai pass.
Yes.
He has
Sion
already
top.
earned 3 turret plates.
A little bit caught here, but doesn't have flash on Sin, so he can play it more. Nice dodge. Demolish. 2 grubs. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Close. Grub takes it for him. Yes, he got it. The grub.
Calculated, beautiful stuff. As I said, he gets the Rek'Sai pass. He can play it here at Worlds as well.
Apparently having 2 eyes in the middle of your name rather than 1 allows you to play that Rek'Sai well into the Sion. If you only have 1 in the middle, sometimes you get caught.
Which is hilarious because she's blind.
Keen having a really good performance, having a really good year overall. I think a lot of people will always look at Chovy as the main player for Gen G, but I think Keen and Duro have actually been the most consistent carries for me for this team. Keen especially with his jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife style. You can put him into any role and he really fulfills that without losing the impact that a tank player would have if they were playing a carry top lane. He seems to be able to do everything well.
Yeah, most certainly. And Rek'Sai kind of toes that line as well. Since the build is this bruiser build where you go Titanic into Sojin, you actually have a decent amount of damage, you have a decent amount of backline threat, but still quite tanky and very annoying for opponents to deal with. Even with Hung up here with 369, it doesn't matter. King can go very, very aggressively, keep on pushing, and that tower has been whittled so low by his efforts that it
looks
poses
free.
A very big threat as far
But they
as
have a
speed.
ward
So
on the
they
left side
can
of Canyon.
even just beat him to it. If they just get Rift Railed, then they're just going to get it through.
So they could try something. One, they can't do anything anymore. Slashing in? Could be something? It's deep now. And there's nothing.
The Rift Herald started by Gen G while all of this was happening.
Now Nico has nothing. And they're low.
As Gen G wanted that Herald.
And this is exactly how you
If they were closer, I see the Nico play, but if they're that far away, I'm not sure.
Making sure you can get the concussive blow stacks, get the slow,
And now
then
mid tower
open up with
goes.
that culling. And now Rift Herald
And tier 2 is gonna go as
immediately
well.
towards the mid lane. Gen G are
No one is
taking
here,
over.
and we don't have TP on
honestly,
Sion.
This is a masterclass
This is
from
just tier
Gen
2 as
G.
well.
Ruler and Duro,
Are they gonna fight without Nico ult?
so
They're gonna
hard.
fight.
Wait a second.
But they can't.
Jumps onto Duro, weirding back with a
Wait.
seismic shove between worlds.
Can
Goes
they?
Cream and dives
They
onto
can't.
Duro and flashes, and immediately he's locked up with the concussive blows that re-engage.
Now the
Gen
TP
G.
comes.
Perfect.
That's
As they
so
dive in with the cease and
late.
desist, Jackie Love can't survive. The onslaught of
That's
Keen
just
and
an ace now.
Canyon. A seismic shove buries top esports. 369 looks for the flash. An unstoppable onslaught. Cowards, he cries as he runs away from the fight.
Gen G are speed.
Not sure what picture they saw Tess here. I mean, Gen G's making the right play. They're grouping with the Herald. They're pushing both towers. But once Nico has no flash, no ult, Cork is 1, Nico is 1, and Sion doesn't have TP, you don't send a 4v5, do you? I also think Cream misplayed here, didn't he? He flashed out of his own ult, didn't he? So he ults in, and now he's gonna flash out of it, instead of going on the other side. You see, he flashed on the other side. Instead of walking back into it, he flashed outside of it. But this is just a 4v5, without Nico ult or flash. Cork is low, Nico is low.
And Gen G, I mean,
Not
says
sure.
it all right there.
Not sure, not sure. Yeah, if you have everything on Nico and Sion is tipping in while you're going, maybe. But 4v5 without nothing up, I'm not sure if it's possible.
This is a demolition from the LCK #1 seeds top esports.
Nice Herald play anyway. Like grouping and finding that timing for everyone to be able to be there. Nice timing by Gen G. That's Nico, that's Nico, 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 Nico. Maybe? Sion Q is huge. Jack is already dead though, and so is Cream. Wait, how did Jackie and Cream die for this? Oh, the movement. Oh, if the redemption was a little bit earlier, maybe. The movement. Damn. Wait, how was that a 2 for 2? They one-shot Braum and Lucian and they got a 2 for 2? What happened? Did Vi, Talia and Rek'Sai just kill their backline at the same time?
We're only 17 minutes into the game, and
how's that a 2 for 2?
bounty shutdowns are on the map in favor of TES. You know they are very, very far.
That was such a good Nico play and Sion Q. How is that a 2 for 2? We gotta see it. Okay, so they get the Nico ult, fake clone backwards, into Sion Q. What happens to Jackie and Cream? Look at the right. Rek'Sai, Talia Chubb, Cork is already dead. Vi hasn't even used anything. Cream gets run down. So the Rek'Sai from pit, unspotted, and the Talia combo over the wall to follow up was what clutched the fight for Gen G. Because normally that should just be a losing fight. But they clutched it while Lucian and Braum were getting caught.
And it feels like even when you get a miracle engage like that, the fact that top esports can't really find the success says a lot about where they are in this game. And
Keen and Chovy for you, I guess. That's Keen and Chovy for you.
Top side, looking at potential vision control and that top lane turret.
Yeah, and
nice counterplay, honestly. To see the angle, to not peel and actually go enemy backline. Because I think a lot of people there would react to peel, like jump in front of the Lucian and try to save him, and only look at the defensive part of the fight.
I mean, TES.
It's honestly nice counterplay, no? To just say, fuck it, we send it on their backline same time. Instead of peeling. Save the fight, honestly. That should have been bad for Gen G. They ended up getting a 2-for-2 and a Drake, so still winning play. Which is kind of crazy, no? Because that Nick ult doesn't get much better, that Sion Q doesn't get much better, and it's still a winning play for Gen G.
And I guess for top esports, the one saving grace is you got a Mountain Drake earlier on. It's not an early soul for Gen G, but 3 minutes
Atakan in 20, they're just gonna force, by the way. They're 5k gold up, they're just gonna find the timing again to group and force. Same like the Herald play. Lima, Oscar, Lima. I wonder how they do this, because a lot of teams do 4 people on the lane next to the Atakan and 1 guy mid. Let's see how they do this. I'd love to see this. How do they do this? So they're gonna push this wave and run top right with Lucian. And Rek'Sai takes over mid, or? He's gonna go pick up the red Vi's basing, and then he's gonna do 1 more, and then he's gonna run top, I think. It's red buff, 1 more mid, and then go for Lucian, I think. And Rek'Sai does 1 more bot, and then goes mid, right? Let's see it. 1 more mid into top for Lucian, 1 more bot into mid for Rek'Sai. And Chovy plays safe. Nice ult out. Okay, let's see it. How is the map movements here? Lucian base. Rek'Sai what? Rek'Sai Gromp. And Duro is doing vision. Where does the Lucian go? 1 more mid? And then go. Or Rek'Sai next mid wave already, maybe? No, 1 more mid. And Braum base for a new ward. And now they're gonna play it, I think. Now they're gonna play it. Because now Vi has based, Lucian has based, Braum has based. This is it. It's this mid wave in to go for Lucian, I think. And Rek'Sai does next mid. He's slow pushing mid wave, I think. So 2 more mid waves. Or they just start right now. It's 3, no? He's going right now. It's 3, I think. If he goes right now and Rek'Sai does mid wave, it's 3. Yeah, look at how they play this. This is so perfect. Oh, yeah.
Again, just continue to add to this lead.
What can they do? What can they do? Look at Rek'Sai positioning. Jack is caught. Jack is caught. Jack is dead. Jack is dead. It's just an ace. They're just so much better. They're just so much better. They're so much better. Their setup is perfect. Everyone is at... Oh my... The Rek'Sai positioning here is so good, by the way. I didn't even look at anything else other than the Rek'Sai here. What did I miss? Did they do something crazy on the other side too?
The fact that they're still able to tank towers just says how
10k gold up in 20 minutes.
They split up these fights so incredibly well.
Okay, I looked at the Rek'Sai in the fight originally. Let's look at the other side. So they finished the Atakan. Nico gets caught by ViQ, and Vi is gonna ult who? Aurora? No, ults the Nico. What about Lucian? Foxing front. What about Talia? Also foxing front. Nice Braum Q on the Sion. And they played so well. They have Vi here, Rek'Sai here, and 3-man here. And everyone is dying, you know? Jack is dying to Rek'Sai. Hong is dying to the Vi. And the 3-man is foxing front, playing it slow together. All-time
in international assists, 1,145. And for a player coming into this tournament that I think a lot of people saw as the weakest link of Gen G, who was having a struggle of a time during the summer split, this game, and it is only 1 game, is really showing just how impactful he can be
Did Genji struggle in summer? They didn't, no? Did they? They only lost to KT, right? That's the big one. Like, they lost one series or something, no? During the entire summer? Or am I crazy? Didn't he just say they struggled during summer? Didn't they win every series other than one during the regular season and then lost to KT and that's it, no? That's all that happened. They won everything else, didn't they? They won literally every other regular season game plus every other playoff game minus the KT one. Or am I crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I think that's what happened. Found the Nico! Even if they kill the Vi, kill the Braum, is it still good? He's alive. No way he's alive! And Canyon is alive as well.
As Kanavi's caught out by Keen, he's gonna pop the crescent guard to try and survive,
oh,
but
no.
it's guarding.
Oh no. Oh, that cooling. Wow. That's just another ace. Aye, aye, aye. That's game. 24 minutes. Wait, is this the fastest game at Worlds? Is this the fastest game at Worlds?
30 seconds and Genji, they're just eyeing up the Nexus.
Test Genji is the fastest game at Worlds? No, we've had a faster one. Wait. Duro died.
He dies to a tower as
and then
tries to do something to defend, but Genji sub 25 minutes.
24:53. 24:53 DPM. Fastest game. 24:49. Oh my god, it was almost the fastest game. It's the second fastest game at Worlds so far. Genji versus Tess is second fastest, almost fastest game at Worlds so far. What? How good are they? How good are they? I think if the Rek'Sai dies here, it's playable for Tess, no? But it's not playable once the Rek'Sai gets ult off. If they one-shot the Rek'Sai there, maybe, yeah. And then they get VIQ into shove or shove into VIQ? Shove into VIQ.
Seismic shove. This was where Genji really started to break open the early game.
It's hard to focus the Rek'Sai, I guess. No Talia, no Aurora, no Azir is open. Azir is open. That's the big one, no? And Yunara. Yunara, Azir.
Or the Yunara, you know, you get your pick, you get your choice.
It's Yunara, Azir, Jarvan, something like this. Sion? Sion is out, Sion is out. I'm trolling. Rumble, maybe. Okay, Rumble, Cassante, Yunara, Azir, Jarvan.
With the Cassiopeia Rise, Orianna, the Talia, the Aurora gone.
Could go like...
What
if we go... What if we go Galio? Galio, Jarvan, Azir. No Galio then. Azir? Has to be Azir. And then what? Jarvan, Azir?
To give Chovy the Azir. Cream could go then, you know, like a Kali or something into it and try.
I like Jarvan, Azir and Rumble on 3. If they go Rumble, you go Ornn. I love it actually. It's good, no? Jarvan, Azir, if they go Rumble, you go Ornn. If they don't go Rumble, you go Rumble. Thoughts?
It's kind of best of both worlds for top esports at that point. I will say I think Cream's slightly more comfortable on the Azir.
No, Azir?
On the Akali than he is on the Azir. So there's the Kai'Sa lock. So if top esports want it, they can take the Azir. Their issue is Chovy then has counter on R3.
What is the counter to Azir for them not to take it? Why would you not take Azir here if you're Chovy? Do you have some? You must be cooking something, right? The only reason for not taking Azir there is if you have something that you rather play into Azir than play the Azir yourself. You must have something really spicy.
The Azir is just so incredibly strong paired with the Yunara. Just go for slamming all these tanks now and have yourself a field day.
What is the spicy pick you got? Gotta be something, no?
This is what was gonna happen. I mean, like, if you're drafting on the world stage and you say, oh, we'll leave Yunara and Azir up, and you're not sure if they're going to take Yunara and Azir, like, Genji have to have prepared something for this.
Genji have prepared that they're going to accept the Reddit challenge. They're using the lowest win rate champions at the tournament.
Okay.
I like Rumble here on 3. Because if you're cooking something mid anyway, I don't think you need to secure that now. So I would go Rumble here. I would go Rumble here. Or even as support with 2 ban. LeBlanc is what he's cooking. Yone? No, I think LeBlanc is what he's cooking then. Yep, he's cooking LeBlanc. That's what he wanted. He wanted LeBlanc into Azir more than Azir himself.
Also looking at the Yone for a second. He's going to get poked out
Akali,
on,
Yone?
the Yone in that early
Really?
game, but Chovy pretty comfortable on the pick. I mean, he's pretty comfortable on every pick.
Wow, really? He prefers Yone into Azir than Azir himself.
This is so fun.
That is some confidence, you know?
Jarvan, Kai'Sa, Yone showing
Wow.
early top 3, 4 for Gen G here with their early
I don't think
picks.
enemy would have banned Yone though, so you could have gotten Rumble here or support here and still Yone on 4. Because no one really plays Yone anymore.
Yeah, especially when Gen G
Wow,
feels like
Yone
the
into
birds are
Azir.
in the sky, ban Renata.
That is some
It's gonna be
confidence.
significantly easier for you in this order of respect.
Lulu ban for
If
the
you get
Yunara,
rid
that
of
makes
another
sense.
Enchanter, 369
I think
could go
Tess
backwards
should
with
think
like
about
Kazan
Rumble
again,
because
gonna
they
be
need
that
AP
frontline
in this
fuel
composition.
from
I think
top
Rumble is
esports.
like the go-to
That
top
could
laner
render
with
the
this
draft
composition. So that should be
That
banned
ban
by
makes sense.
Tess.
I also think a Bin Pippi might be a good idea here if you're Gen G. You don't really want to give that Poppy over when you've got Jarvan, you've got Kai'Sa diving onto the backline. You probably want follow-up engage with your support. So we'll see if Gen G decide that the Renato or the Poppy is more
Nautilus ban.
important for that next
That's the
ban.
go-to lane with
It's gonna be taken
Kai'Sa,
away
but
by
I
top
think Rel
esports.
fills a similar role.
Counter-engage options.
Also,
Braum
Bard
as
is really
well,
good
still
for
kind of
Gen G.
floating around.
Azir Yunara cannot really
Braum
play
was
against
used
Bard.
the first game. Will not be floating.
I think Tess gotta get Rumble out now.
in the ether perpetually until we get to
That's
this
what
point,
happens with
you know?
fearless bans. They have to watch the rest of the games from the
Exactly.
skybox. Yeah, that's how that goes. So.
Yeah, I do agree though. Like
Poppy ban.
Poppy gonna be banned. I was expecting like Renata Poppy to be the two bans, to be honest, coming into
I think
this.
Tess gotta get the
Because I think
Rumble out.
Renata works
Rumble here is so
incredibly well
annoying,
with
no?
Kara, enabling her.
Rumble, Jarvan,
Also,
Kai'Sa,
it
Yone.
means that she can play hyper aggressive thanks to the revive. Plus having that like tank frontline for the Cassante now feels
Gotta
like
get the Rumble out.
a fantastic position for yourself.
Alistar,
Gen G playing
Rumble is
hyper
open.
aggressive on the die.
It's possible? Rumble?
Okay.
Against Rumble? Isn't it like by far the best top laner with these champs? Rumble?
Yeah, so you're kind of thinking like, all right.
Like they could do Rumble here on 4 and then Bard on 5 and they just full send perma all game. They have so much engage if they get Rumble here and good damage share as well. Because right now they're lacking a bit of AP, but if they get Rumble top, they have no problem at all with the damage share. Like, they have more than enough AP if they get that. Rakan, wow. So they're last week top lane. I guess they're happy with Ornn into Rumble if enemy picks Rumble. That's fair. So Rakan usually struggles against Poppy, Lulu, Nautilus, all out, Nico out. Like, what are we looking at here then? Rel? It just has to be Rel then. There's nothing else. Karma, Rel or Bard.
Okay, I thought
But I don't think Bard is good against Kai'Sa Yone. So they get the Rumble. And this should be Karma. Leona, it's LPL special. Many other teams wouldn't play Leona here, but it's like an LPL special to just pick Leona when you don't know what to pick. I think it's just an Ornn now on 5. I would have preferred the Rumble side if I was Gen G, but I don't hate the Ornn into Rumble here. Because that's the only reason you don't go Rumble, right? You prefer the Ornn side into Rumble than playing Rumble yourself, similar to how, for some reason, you prefer the Yone into Azir instead of playing the Azir yourself. It's very much confidence draft in my mind from Gen G here. Like, they're really confident in their counter picks, mid and top, to not get the stronger picks. Because Rumble in theory is stronger than Ornn, Azir in theory is stronger than Yone, but they really wanted the counter picks, you know?
Great dive, really good damage. No true tank. The Leona obviously can be a little bit tanky.
And like not great peel either. That was kind of the other thing that I was looking at. It like the Emperor's Divide can do some work.
I feel like this is gonna be a very cool game to watch. A lot of cool team fighting champions. You have Yone, Kai'Sa, Rakan, enemy team Rumble, Yunara, Seer, Shuffle, Pantheon ult. Oh, it's gonna be a cool game, I think. This one. A lot of cool champions.
Honestly, I do agree. I feel like they're going to have some priority. A lot of early options for the Jarvan to go to. Try and put some early pressure. Azir is even weaker early now than in previous iterations. So maybe they could put extra pressure onto Cream. And if you get Chovy, Yone ahead, then that is a key to victory in itself.
28 and 6.
I'm hoping for a game 3, but I don't think it will happen. But I'm hoping. The more games we can get of these teams, the better. Because these are some good games right here.
Gonna jump on into game 2 here between Top Esports
Let's see.
Gen G with a quarterfinals berth on the line. Top Esports will just be looking to survive.
Did I move
past
myself?
the
Nope, I'm moving myself
25-minute
now.
mark. The
Sorry about
crowd
that.
very much at the backs of their LPL representatives, and they need all the support they can get after being demolished in game 1.
Checking? Oh, no.
Pretty standard stuff here for Chovy on the Yone. As the cheers go up, nobody going for any tricky level 1s, although we may see an attempt for the Raptor ward.
Looks like Top Esports going to be able to work their way in here to get it down. We'll spot out the Canyon is there. And you could hear the Gyos, how loud they were there in the back, just trying to get as much behind Top Esports as they can. And Top Esports, like, this was the team that a lot of people in summer expected to win the LPL. They looked absolutely spectacular, but playoffs really fell apart for them. And it's now on Top Esports to see if they can rally themselves in this series to push Gen G towards that game 3.
Look at this, they're sticking around a long time. Okay, so Chovy does get visual confirmation. They know that Hung and Jackie are going to be coming over delayed. They will be able to bully their way.
Wait, Ruler is using Jackie's skin, no? This is Jackie's skin, isn't it? The IG Kaisa with the chroma?
Although Top Esports are the third seed coming out of the LPL, I have to remember that they did get into the finals, played up against BLG. And then
must be cool to play against your own skin, no? Then you know you made it. Like if you're Jackie and you see enemy AD name Ruler using your skin, I think you know you made it. Then you fucking made it, I think.
Game 1, there was a lot of fighting on the rim. But Top Esports
That's cool.
Through the summer split, we're much more of the cerebral team. They're much more macro-orientated, kind of very similar to some of the best LCK teams. And Hung did look for an engage there, couldn't quite find it. And Jackie Love and Hung will get the push here with that cultivation.
Leona really is a LPL special. You very rarely see this champion from a lot of other teams. And LPL teams just pick it, you know, like the BLG series versus G2. They just picked Leona with Braum open, no fucks given. Like here is probably like more reasonable pick overall, even if you're not an LPL team, because the options were what, Rel or Leona pretty much.
Unfortunately, they just haven't quite been able to find that success as these later summer.
But even in situations when it's not supposed to be that good, they just send it. It's a very like LPL specific pick, Leona. They just love Leona.
You know, being able to have Keen survive, get the big seismic shove onto 2 and build on this early lead. When Gen G showed us, they know what to do with that early lead. Very methodical. So TES going to change their fortunes here in game number 2 for sure.
It's even CS mid. I don't know how he does that, you know? How do you have even CS mid in this matchup? Shouldn't you have like slightly losing at least? Okay, now he's 3 CS down. No, he's 1 CS down only. I don't know how he does it. He's almost always even or ahead. Like, how is it possible? The flash at the very least.
Couldn't risk the flag drag flash from Canyon catching him out.
Great pathing from Canyon though, using the flag and drag over the wall to avoid the ward and get around everything. But now the answer potentially for Kanavi with Chovy playing nowhere near Kanavi's access point.
Yeah, smart stuff from Chovy, hugging the side of the river that his jungler is on. Really giving that respect to the Pantheon. A flash stun, point and click, is pretty hard to outplay even for Yone.
Hung able to catch his Zenith Blade Shield of Daybreak combination onto Jiro, but the Gleaming Quill pops him back to about 80% HP. 369 with the push in the top lane, as to be expected in the Rumble into Ornn matchup. The Flame Spitter does a lot of work for you there in the early game.
It's still getting a nice little CS lead for himself, because you can see that like the wave is starting to push back out away from Keen, and there's still about a 7 CS lead. So in the grand scheme of things, 369 going to see if he can try and get some revenge for what was the last game, and he has been an exceptional Rumble. 25 and 9 over.
He's up 5 CS mid.
This guy,
how is he up 5? Okay, he TP'd back already. So he's gonna lose a little bit now. It will even out. It's gonna even out. It's gonna even out. He has to TP back. Yeah. Relatively even. But he's even or ahead in this matchup. Isn't that crazy? Like, I get later that Yone has like a lot of plays into Azir with lifesteal and blade and power spike and blah blah blah. But this early on in the game, having okay, that looks more like it should. That looks more like it should.
Straight up getting the better of Chovy in a lot of these skirmishes we're seeing, making Chovy miss a lot of these cues. Cream, confident positioning and movement from him.
Jarvan got it.
Does get it with the smite, can be forced away here. Chovy low.
This looks rough. It's not TP, and Leona's clicking mid as well. Has to leave all of this wave.
Won't get it as the Soul Unbound pops Chovy.
This looks more like it should.
Losing minions to this turret and plates with Hung coming into assist.
No TP. Just needs to drop all of this, or Rakan needs to click mid ASAP.
Yeah, double pots popped on the refillable to make sure that Chovy can survive this alongside the help from the door and shield. But Kanavi, he wants one more. Flash over the wall is available.
He's going the other
Snipe,
way.
no? This does a lot of damage if it hits. Ooh.
Just short of Kanavi.
Wow.
Tickles his toes as Chovy jumping in there
Is that-
onto Green Canyon. Look at it as well.
No
And they get
way.
first blood.
From all of this, Chovy gets a kill and a push out.
Plays on
What?
the edge, and he wins. How does he get
No
away
way.
with this? How in the
From
name of
all
God
of
is
this,
that
he
where
gets a kill.
Manages to make it work.
And his
Dodging
wave is
the
fine.
Kanavi spears will have to potentially dodge one more here.
I think Leona should have
And
stayed
getting
mid,
the
no?
kill alongside Canyon. Gen G
Because
just
if Leona
like
stays
didn't do
mid
no
and
wrong.
Rakan doesn't come, the Yon can't do
Cream
anything.
had been doing a lot of work to set this up, but in the end, the scoreboard
There
is
is
what
no
matters.
way he
Chovy
solves this.
makes it happen with
How?
Canyon
Okay, he has a
wrapping
freeze.
around
Cream has a freeze at the very least.
Kanavi's
Small
spear as
one.
well, going in the dirt right
I feel like
at
Leona
Chovy's
should have stayed mid.
feet. You could hear the crowd's reaction as the
Like, it's an
Comet
understandable
spear came up
play for
short.
Pantheon to go for.
Cream does manage to try and grab the wave, holding
From
it
the
just
side
outside
there
the tower range, but we'll
and
have
not
another
hugging
look at
him.
this, 'cause you can see
Like, I understand that
just short
Pantheon
of
is on the
Chovy,
right
and
and
then
throwing Q.
Cream
But I
jumps
think
in,
Leona should be
thinking he
here,
can take the
holding
fight,
his
and
hand.
Chovy,
Because they have to make
it's
something
100
happen, no?
HP,
Like, from
it's
Gen G
100
perspective,
HP.
they're in a lot of trouble.
Just
They have to make something
enough to
happen.
kill.
So I wonder if Leona should just be mid and hold his hand.
Gets the shield as
And
well.
Pantheon look for play, right?
Spirit
Like,
as
Pantheon's
well.
play is understandable, but I feel like Leona should be
Wow, I
there,
love having
covering.
these players on my team.
Then
It's
Rakan has to come as well.
great. These guys are insane.
But it's crazy he gets out of that.
It's just so tight, and it's those sorts of things that win Gen G games. It's the fact that not only are they one of the best macro teams in the world, probably the best macro team in the world, but they also have mechanically some of the best players in the world. And even if Chovy hasn't been as good as he was last year, he is still exceptional.
But I think it's also like shout out to Canyon because this guy has been more of a like, hey, I'm gonna be selfish and farm for myself. But now that the meta has started to shift over in towards more of these proactive junglers in the early stages, like the Vi's, the Jarvins, less so kind of the Wukong, he's actually been incredible.
Neither AD carry has base yet. 7 to CS Kai'Sa, no base yet. It's very unusual, you know, to be down here for this long.
Yeah, 100%. That was necessary.
From my
cover
experience,
from
when
him.
this happens, it's both AD carries saying, I don't want to give a wave to base. I don't want to give a wave. So one guy starts, he pushes out, and then he says, no, I'm going to cancel my base, I refuse. And then the other guy sees it, and he's like, nope, I'm going to stay as well. And then it just ends up with you never basing.
That one.
You see, the Yunara still hasn't based. She got the push out, she sat in the brush. It's hard to see because there's an icon down here.
Trying to shut down Chovy,
And now Kai'Sa canceled her base, and she's like, no, I'm not going to give a wave. Now Yunara will see this, and she's going to be like, no, I'm staying. Let's see if the Yunara cancel her base.
slowly try to get himself back into the game.
Does she actually take this base? She actually takes this base. But that was probably what was happening for a long time. One guy push out, refuses to base. The other guy sees this, refuses to base. Then he sees that, refuses to base.
In this game, that focus on mid ends up backfiring, and now it's top esports.
Okay, finally bases as well, the guys. 8 minutes in, they take their base. That's crazy. He's just clearing the wave. It's just for the wave. It's just for the wave. He is getting dove anyway, though. Leona has him. Nice play. It looked like he had a buffer with the W, like he could get out of the CC with W, but I guess not possible with Leona having ult. Can only block 1 or 2 of them, right? Never 3. Like, it's unlikely Ornn gets out of the CC from all 3 spells with W. Maybe 1 of them or 2, but never 3, I would say. He either gets CC from Q, E, or ult. Never all 3 blocked, I would say. Like, maybe blocks the Q but gets hit by E, or blocks the E, gets hit by Q. And then ult as well on top. Yeah, not really possible, I guess, to outplay that with W.
Not the best there for Jackula, but he has
Drake
the
for Gen G.
of his jungler to make sure that he can just play
For the
around
dive,
wall and
that was the
back away.
price to pay, I
Pulling
guess.
this one to the side means that a few minions will be lost.
And he's
before
a head
that
mid.
wave starts pushing down.
But Asir's laning side,
Swords
so
and
Yunara is
flames.
going mid, I guess.
Exchange of a kill in the top side for a dragon for Gen G. They also managed to pick up 2 of the 3 grubs, so there are 2 objectives towards that feat of objective slaying.
I guess matter of time before Chovy goes to side and Ruler goes mid, I would say. This freeze is really nice, though.
Excited for when we actually do get these, dive plays from Gen G as well. And we're on support roam timers at the moment. You saw this kind of leisurely pass through mid from Duro. There's just so much vision from TES setting up their swap for the duo lane to come mid and continue applying
This
that
last hitting is
pressure
so good, no?
towards Chovy, towards this Yone, really trying to hinder the
Like, it's
income
really...
of this champion.
Like, when you watch
Critical.
Chovy play, it's
Longer
really...
you put off the break point of
How would I
the
say?
Blade of the Ruin King for Yone, the better you are off in the game overall.
Pixel perfect, maybe this is the best way to put it. Like, you can see all his clicks and the way he's setting up the last hits, and there he uses W shield on one of the minions. So if you hit something with Yone, you get shield, right? Some players maybe W's all of it, but he only W'd 1 creep. So he got the shield, but he only did it on 1. to save the other minion HPs to freeze longer.
There it is, so no dive really gonna happen here.
He missed one.
Genji, just
He missed
make
one.
sure that Chovy
Gabi.
can push in the wave against the range damage that comes out from Cream.
Still, Canyon put a pressure on towards his top side, letting Keen just kind of sit here with the a nice little freeze for himself. And although there has been pressure from 369,
Who outscales, would you say? It's quite even, no? Like Ornn is a really good scaling champ, but so is Rumble. Yone is a really good scaling champ, but so is Yasir. Yunar is a really good scaling champ, but so is Kai'Sa. I think this is just a banger, no? This game is just gonna be a banger. Straight up. Everyone has good champs. A lot of team fighting tools. Last game it felt somewhat as if Genji outrefted them, but I don't know this one. Maybe this one more even. Like I'd much rather have a Lucian Braum in my team than a Corki Nico later down the line in a game. But now it feels more even. Everyone is like a little bit handshake, you know. You get good champ, I get good champ. A little bit like this. He buffered the Q3, not possible.
Oh, it was actually the Mortal Steel 3 that didn't even have to unbind his soul as Kanavi chased out by Juro and Canyon. And yeah, that's the problem. You know, it's a Yone. He fell out of meta for a bit, but this guy's still the slipperiest snake in Summoner's Rift.
But it's also like Duro and Canyon matching this play a lot, because even if you don't get the kill onto Chovy there, what you can do is use that to establish a ton of vision for this dragon that's in 2 minutes time and try and find more picks or play off that. But Genji are just defending well as top esports are going for these, and it means that we are probably going to rely on these team fights once again, where Genji were able to find their success in the last.
Can I deny the cannon? EQ3 here, deny cannon? And he just goes for wave.
He has still been able
Shuffle?
to collect his CS.
Nice ult by Chovy.
That was really nice.
It was a good try by Cream, but that was a nice ult by Chovy to get out of it. I think even if he gets bumped, he gets out anyway.
You have to make them have it, you know? It's like
even if the shuffle actually would hit him, he would still go through, I think, from his own ult.
And that's what Cream did there.
So no matter what, he was fine, I think. It didn't actually hit him, but I think even if it did, it was fine.
And then Chovy did have it.
Yeah, he did.
So he is able to lay it down and get out. Still not quite enough.
Since the first Drake was quite late, I think we're in for a longer one. Like, you can still give this Drake as Tess, and then you can trade for the Herald or a top play and just farm. Don't have to fight Drakes this game, really.
There's still a huge amount of pressure coming down towards this bottom side, but Duro again trying to match Hong, making sure that
Low-key Herald bigger than Drake.
Against that blade of the Rune King, but went a bit far, and we'll just back away. And again,
because if you get Herald, you can break a tier 1, most likely.
Is going to be the next port of
and that feels
here.
More valuable than Drake, I would say, at this point of the game. Like if you can get mid tier 1 or a side tier 1 play. I wonder if Herald is higher value. Timing is not completely the same though, so you can get Drake and Herald, but if you stall a little bit, you can give Drake for a Herald, for example, here.
It populates into the scoreboard, so we'll finish that. Liandry's just in time, has the equalizer, has the teleport, as does Keen. So if we do see a fight around this Drake in 20 seconds time, both the top laners can come down and join the party. Chovy still doesn't have his own teleport and staying around for a while here. Cream stepping forward, Chovy forced out to half HP. Grand Skyfall used as well from Kanavi, but Chovy respects it well.
Interesting, with the Dragon coming up in just 1 second here, is going to give TS early movement into the river. They actually double up their control wards, not the biggest of deal.
Played onto Juro, Shield of Daybreak there for the follow-up. Just a tickle of damage from those soldiers.
If he E's earlier, the Rakan, I think the Leona follows, no?
Who's gone Mikhail's first on this Rakan.
It looks like top esports are trying to play off the timer of Chovy's TP coming back up. They know that he should have enough for that Blade of the Rune King, so as long as they can take the fights and start them before that reset comes through, they should be fine, but they're a little late on starting up this Dragon because they want that Scuttle Crab.
Like, Yone could TP top here. Okay, he's TPing bot. But he could have TP'd top. They're gonna fight this.
Double TP as well. Keen is actually coming down.
But he could have TP'd top, and Ornn could have TP'd bot, and they could have just traded sides. But they're gonna fight this with 5 man. Does Tess take the fight, is the question. Is this Rumble gonna TP or not? Because he could just take top tier 1. Is he tipping or not? If you want to TP, you have to TP now. Like right now. He's tipping now. 5v5. This TP is not the best though. He can get Ornn E'd. It's fine.
Drake's still the target for Canyon
Ornn
and
ult.
Chovy. Call to the Forge Guard.
Looks good.
They dive back in, the double knockup. Canyon's already killed off Hung as Kanavi falls down to half HP. Juro with a good quickness. They dive back onto Kanavi. Bates
nice Yone ult.
Kanavi clapped by Chovy. Meanwhile, the
Cream might carry this, no? Is this possible?
And an instinct to kill here for Genji. Cream trying to escape.
Maybe?
Soldier down to try and take out.
Oh!
Just doesn't have
So close.
range. Genji
Wow.
once again find a mid-game fight.
Honestly, this is a fight you need to watch like 5 times. It's impossible to keep up. Like, there's so much happening.
Good. That was an insane team fight there. Choosing the moment to go
I feel like the Ornn ult into flash was really good to start. Like, that's the first thing I saw. He flashed, no, forward to get it faster. No, he didn't actually. But Yona just gets one shot before ulting. Then Yone ults and Azir ults as well, same time. Flashes the Jarvan EQ. Ruler ults in. Azir tries to flash after the Kai'Sa. Does the Rumble die here? He does. Who got Drake?
As Cream falls before the LCK first seeds.
A 5-for-1 for Genji. In that
Who got Drake?
position,
They got Drake as well.
now 3.3k ahead, 17 minutes in. Look at the damage the Ruler dished out. 4.2k in that last fight. And for Top Esports, it's not for lack of trying. They played the team fight pretty well. It's just Genji.
I mean, Leona got one shot. It was basically 4v5.
We're able to find Hong.
But that feels like a fight you need to see a few times to actually like pay attention to everything.
This team is just a
So much
beauty to
happening.
watch fight there, and Genji just like that. They have the hold on the game once again. I mean, you can get your consolation prize of the Rift Herald. TS will go back out and try and burn this one down. They should be able to do so.
3k is a lot at this point of the game.
Genji have just completely taken control.
And now they have soul point fight in 3 minutes as well, which just feels winning.
Shoot themselves into the back line and shoot themselves in the foot because the Yunara immediately opens fire and is just able to duel the Kai'Sa in that back line. But Ruler found his moment to get on towards Jackie Love and enable the fight onto Cream.
Is it dive or Pantheon ult? He missed it. Pantheon ult? Keen is dead, no? Can Duro save? Yes, Michael still as well. Use it on Yone. Keen dies. Does Chovy die as well? He might. They don't have a wave. Are they diving without a wave? Do they just go? Just go? Question mark. Heralding. Nice.
Chovy, the target, exhausts down, Soul Unbound comes out, but Chovy under the tower survives for as long as he can, but Top Esports
Keen missed the ult, no?
Meanwhile, Genji pushed through the mid-wave to get a tier 1 to look for a tier 2 Rift Herald.
This is really nice for Tess. They got some kills back and some towers back.
Good punish from TES there.
You take that.
Not able to make it happen at the beginning.
But he missed the ult, right? Because there's no CC from Rumble, so how could he get interrupted? He couldn't. He just missed it. Does he? Not? But they shouldn't do this with Pantheon ult up, but he just misses this, right? Yeah, he just misses it. But even if it does get it, does it matter? Not sure. And this is just 3v5 now. Kai'Sa's not moving and Jarvan's not moving, it's just 3v5. Could Chovy run? Probably not. It's just dead anyway. Small throw, I think. Small throw. From 3k to 1k. Soul fight in soul point fight, sorry, in 1 minute, and Atakan in 30, top side.
There's still 1.5k in the hole, but 369 now 1.2k ahead. Bloodletter's Curse and the Leandry's complete as Hong steps up in this top lane. Cream's on his way. Juro's going to clear out this vision. He has Canyon there. He will be spotted as he walks around the corner onto that ward. Gromp just their first target. Grand Starfall not available for Kanavi. He's currently in the mid lane and Genji decide to back away.
Yeah, a little bit risky. Not every member accounted for. You can see coming out of base, Yunara as well as the Pantheon. And
it's a bit awkward that Atakan and Drake are on different sides here. Because you kind of have to care for the Atakan, but you also want the Drake really badly. They're tipping on Yone. Is he dead? Or does he ult out and flash? He has to ult out, I guess. Ult.
Cream
Anya?
going in first. 369 with the flame spitter. Fate still comes out. Chovy able to dodge away with the Q3.
Wait.
Quickness
He
coming
lives?
out.
No, he has to snap back.
Chovy with another
But it could be a good fight anyway, even if he does. Yeah. Good fight anyway. Took them so long to kill him.
Chovy survived for so long that Genji collapsed.
It took them too long to kill him. He played it really well with the E. Like, especially the E. I think he could have ulted earlier, but especially the E was really well played. Because he knows he's gonna die, but he just stalls as much as possible, right? Like, he gets Q3, then E's all the way here. And now they want to wait for him, but if they wait for him, they lose the fight, and if they chase him, they also lose the fight, so what do you do? Like, you know you're gonna get that kill, but it costs you too much time. It took you too long to do that, so it costs you everything. Really well played, honestly. Like, he knows he's gonna die, but he just wastes as much time as possible and sets it up as nicely as possible for his teammates to clean. And now they got Atakan, and Drake is still alive. And now they're gonna get Drake, and they have soul points. Tests have to fight here, I think. They have to fight. You gotta fight this Drake. They have no choice but to fight this. They're giving. I have to fight, I think. No choice but to try this. They have no ults on a lot of people. But also same for Tess, I guess.
5 minutes away is Kanavi.
Rumble ult and Leona ult, not the best. Leona ult coming up in 10, same for Jarvan. Canyon dies here. Leona ult almost up. Leona ult is up now. Got Azir ulted mid ult. Looks decent for Tess. Rakan ult is up now. And all things considered, fine for Genji. They got the Drake. They got the Drake. It's fine for Genji.
Duro and Chovy look for the quickness combo here. They turn on the 369 who's overheated. Duro almost escapes, but Cream puts the soldiers down. Chovy just able to survive.
He's dead, no?
100 HP on
He's
him.
alive.
Jackie Love
What?
doesn't have the tools to close that gap. In the end, a 1-for-1.
Barely able to escape away from that one. Top esports,
That's a play?
Finding
I didn't see the second play with Rakan ult up. Yeah, the problem here for Genji is they don't have a lot of ults. They don't have Ornn ult, they don't have Jarvan ult, they don't have Yone ult, they don't have Rakan ult. Rumble ult was up, Leona ult was up, Yunar ult was up, so Tess had more ults available, like 3 for 1 available basically. And now Azir ult comes up and Yone ult comes up, so that's the next like part of the fight when these ults are up right now. Azir ults up and Yone ults up, so Azir ults, Yone mid ult, perfectly timed. Sadly, no Ornn, no Jarvan, or no Rakan ult this fight. Most likely Genji should have been happy with the Drake and called it after that because they didn't have the ults to play this fight. Maybe best you could hope for Tess and still okay for Genji because they got the Drake. But I wonder if the correct call is just back off after Drake and wait for ult at the very least. Because it does feel weird to play a comp like this and not have ult. This comp is all about ult, I feel like. Rakan ult, Ornn ult, Jarvan ult, Yone ult. Also important tools for a comp like this. Like, it's very ult-reliant composition, I would say. But I'm not sure if you can classify that as a mistake. Like, it's understandable that you play that. Also, enemy is lacking some ult, right? But I wonder if the correct call is just back off after Drake there due to ult situation. It could be. So Soul into 30 now, that's the huge one, I would say. Like, that's the biggest issue for Tess. They have to fight 230, no choice. And if they lose that, I mean, Mountain Soul is one of the worst souls in the game, sorry. There's a lot of better souls you can get, but there's an Ornn with Mountain Soul, which is annoying. Jarvan, Yone. Like, for the champions, it's not a bad soul, but it's still one of the worst souls, I would say. Like, Cloud would be better, Chemtech would be better, Inferno would be better, Hextech would be better. It's probably like 5th best soul, maybe. Ocean maybe the worst one. Ocean or Mountain, I'm not sure. Maybe Mountain worst one actually. Ocean a little bit better, I'm not sure. Depends on the compositions, I guess. Baron is up at 140 soul. I think if you're Genji, you just wait soul. I'm more feeling like Tess forcing a play and getting Baron, but not sure if it's possible. This Leona is very deep now. Has to flash out.
An easy avenue to
Or?
retreat from it.
No,
Chovy
they
was
let him
looking
live.
for that collapse, but he does get out. Ruler almost connecting there, but everyone from Top Esports able to spread wide enough to avoid that missile.
Yeah, good bit of damage there from Jackie Love. Put a dent into Ruler, or into Duro at the very least. Chunking out the Rakan can be an opening.
Do need to be a little careful with how spread out Top Esports are, especially with Keen now in the area. one call of the Forge God onto someone who's left without a flash could be devastating. And Cream and Jackie Love are prime targets for the next couple of minutes. But with 50 seconds until that Dragon Soul, it doesn't look like Top Esports have got that time to buy.
Just going to push through this mid-wave. Lord Dominic's finish for Jackie Love means he'll get through Keen a little bit easier, who's gone for that Frozen Heart. Wondering if perhaps it would be a Randuin's, but with the waves pushing in bot and top lane, Top Esports kind of have to reset to deal with them at some point, and Genji have really good vision control around this.
Actually, Genji can trade the Drake for the Baron, yeah. This is the problem for Test right now. They have to get the Drake, but Genji can just do Baron. But they can't make that play themselves, you know?
Juro there to act as a bodyguard, and Genji back away from it.
It's a very troublesome situation for Tess. They have to get the Drake, but they can't keep the Baron. And Gen can actually give the Drake. There's just a fight. There's just a fight. Yep, flashing on Rakan. One setting Rakan, I don't think it's great. Nice Warren ult. It's free Baron now, Loki.
It's everything onto Duro, but Duro is so slippery, he backs away. And now Genji continue to play back towards this Baron, teasing Top Esports.
Yon missed ult, but Yunara is dead anyway. That's game. Wait, Yon missed ult, but the Yunara got caught anyway by what? Jarvan? How did Kai'Sa get a mark on Yunara?
Genji are the best in the world right now.
They're just cool, calm, and
yeah, that's game. That's Baron and Soul. How did Yunara get a mark from Kai'Sa? Did she get hit by a W? Because Yon missed ult, so I don't understand how she dies after that. I mean, the engage is not the best onto Rakan, right? How does the Yunara get caught here? So she dodges the Yon ult. Oh, it's Jarvan EQ flash. Clean by Canyon. Clean by Canyon. He EQ and then flash to get the knock up, which gives Kai'Sa mark. Kai'Sa goes in, insta-dead. Canyon smurfed that.
369 dying right at the last moment. The Baron goes over to Genji. There's a mountain
EQ flash for the Kai'Sa mark. Kai'Sa sends it. Dead. Nice play by Canyon.
You're gonna get through this Ornn. You do have two good DPSs. You've got an Azir, you've got a Yunara, but that Azir sitting at 2 items
one
right
shot.
now as Kanavi jumps in. Once again, Duro the target, but he's durable.
Doesn't die.
Battle dances way away.
Upgraded
the
mercs.
Solar player doesn't find its mark. As now the Call of the Forge God comes out from Keen, and he's praying
Arnold
to
is not
Chovy.
the
The church
best.
may be in session. Chovy unable to find the engage.
They have to fight here, yeah. Rumble is pretty good. This could be decent, no? This could be decent.
Jackie Love has transcended himself as Chovy dashes back. One kill.
Shuffle. Kai'Sa. Oh, he just out. They win anyway. They just win 4v5. GG. Like they win that 4v5. I mean, they are really favored. But that's 4v5. Ornn was dead, and they won anyway. What? Decent shuffle as well, but he just insta-ulted out.
He will not be stopped as Genji march towards the base.
They're so good.
Genji are gonna make quick work of Top Esports.
The first game was sub 25 minutes. The second one likely to be sub 30. I think a lot of people will wonder, could this series have just been an email? Genji take their rightful spot in the final 8.
And it's because of this man. Right
this fight was 4v5. Look, the Ornn is gonna die.
The waning moments of this game.
The Ornn dies here. It's 4v5.
So phenomenally good. It seemed like every
then he goes for the shuffle. He only gets Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa insta-ults out. Jackie flashes in, gets charmed, insta-dead. I guess the Jackie flash was the one that wasn't the best. But maybe anyway losing. Maybe anyway losing. It was a nice try, I think, by Cream.
Like it was a rough day at the office for everyone, but he's gonna get the brunt.
I mean, they had to do something, right? Enemy was gonna get Soul, they were 10k gold up-ish. They just had Baron. They had to try something. See you, bye-bye.